Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. Today I'm here doing my yearly update video where I update you guys in terms of what I did over the past year and what I have going into the new year. So if you are new to the channel, don't worry, it's pretty much what I just described. I've done these pretty much ever since the start of 2021, something around there, I forget, but yeah, I've been doing these for the past few years. It's a nice way for me to not just catch up and let you guys know exactly what's going on, but also reflect on the previous year and sort of my thought process and everything like that. So this is, I think, like my third or fourth take doing this video because I realize I'm a yapper. So I'm going to try to condense my notes a little bit here and just breeze through it. So yeah, once again, this year was great, amazing in terms of, gaming and also making videos. I had a lot of fun making a bunch of the videos that I made this year. It was a lot of really high editing, high intensive videos, which I am 100% down for. And this year felt long, and long in a good way, not like long that like it dragged on or whatever. Like a lot happened within 2024, not just within the channel, but also within my personal life. So going through this entire year, it feels like 1.5 or even 2 years have gone by, which is crazy. So, so one of those examples that like I completely forgot I quit FandomWire back in September, late September. That was a gaming publication that I was a part of, and I would write gaming articles, gaming guides, even occasionally on like a weekly basis. And it was good. It was fun. It definitely got my foot in the door for like the game journalism stuff. I had no idea what SEOs were. I had no idea how to write gaming news articles, all this other stuff. And, actually being on like a deadline and everything like that, it was a lot of fun. But I feel like towards the end of my time there, I felt like I've done everything that I could there. So I was like, there's no reason for me to really stick around. Originally, I was going to stick around until the end of this year, 2024, but I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I just quit. But yeah, I am forever grateful to the folks, Dan and Luke. They were the head leads of FandomWire Gaming. I think they've now branched off into their own thing, because I literally just learned about this. I was doing like my own research or whatever, but they now have their own publication called the Thumb Wars or something like that. They founded it themselves, and they're gonna produce not just gaming but also entertainment pieces on there. So I will definitely keep my eye out on that website, and I just want to give the special shout out to them, not just for leading me, and also just being fantastic kick-ass people. So yeah, me leaving FandomWire had nothing to do with the people there, because they were all fantastic, amazing. I had a great time working with all of them. So yeah, that's one example as to like why this year felt so long, because I honestly forgot that I quit that publication just like a few months ago. But yeah, anyways, 2024, quick reflection. I had a great time, like I said, making videos this year. One of my biggest highlights was making the redacted game review, because that was the game review that I was first up embargoed for, and then second off, I was given code and access for that game a long time before that embargo lifted. I think I was given like a month, maybe even like a month and a half to like play that game. So I legit put like all of my free time into just playing that game, because it's a roguelite, so you don't know how long the game actually is. You kind of just have to play it and just like go through every single run, try to unlock everything, try to do everything you can before you get to like the final boss or like the final run or whatever. So yeah, I played that game for like 20 plus hours before I like finally like put it down and was like, all right, it's time to like write about it, do the video and everything like that. And yeah, that was like a fantastic opportunity, because like I said, first ever game that I was given code for that had a embargo. And then when the embargo lifted, I was only one of like the few people that really talked about the game. So that's good for me, because that means I don't have to compete with like the other big publications like IGN, GameSpot, whatever. Like they didn't make game reviews for that video for whatever reason. Like they didn't make like a video version of their review. So I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm like one of the few people that have a review of this game on the website. So that was great, amazing. And not only that, but the day I am recording this, December 30th, the game is free on Epic Games. So because of that, my video on YouTube and also on TikTok are getting an extra boost, because people are looking up the game. It is a free game, they could just claim it for free, but they also want to see like how good is the game actually before they dive into it. So that's great, that's awesome. Shout out to all of those people that are watching that content. you know, when it comes to sort of, you know, TikTok and all of that other stuff, I'm still new to it, which I'll talk about more later. But, you know, I'm glad that me making not just the game review for YouTube, but also the TikTok is helping people figure out whether they want to play the game or not. A couple of other projects and videos that I want to highlight real quick. Retro Island Gaming, that was a fantastic video that I had a pleasure of talking to the guys on one of their off days that they closed the store, and I pretty much sat down with them and sort of, you know, picked their brains and sort of figured out how this game store came to be. And, you know, they're doing great, they're doing amazing. Probably one of my favorite gaming stores, probably my favorite gaming store on Long Island, no bias whatsoever. But yeah, they just do a lot of great things that I think a lot of other gaming stores could take notes from. But then again, I don't really shop around in retro gaming stores on Long Island to begin with because I'm broke. But if I were to go to one, it's definitely them. But that video was a lot of fun to make. It really brought in a lot of my sort of learnings from college into that video, and I was glad that I was able to make it and show it and everything like that within that video. Other things, the convention vlogs. The convention vlogs were also another fun thing that I was going to do. I wasn't going to drive hundreds of miles and spend all of this money on the hotel to go to too many games and then not make a video on it, right? Like I wasn't going to come back home and then do like a basic pickups video. I was going to make a vlog out of it and make it a event and also attach a goal to it, which was to find every single Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games titles there, which was a lot of fun to do. You know, it also gave like a little thing for like my girlfriend and my friends to look out for me and also for the video, so that was a lot of fun. And I try to replicate that within the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, which was still fun to do, you know, just like on a smaller scale. And I am going to another gaming convention actually very, very soon, MagFest. I haven't been there in a long time, but I think I actually have the funds now to actually go there, and I still don't know what I'm going to be hunting for there, but I will definitely figure that out. I have a few ideas in mind, but I'm not exactly sure if they're actually finalized, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, I am going to MagFest 2025 at the end of January. So if you are going there and you see me, stop by, say hello. We could spark up a conversation. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have fun there with me, my friend, and a couple of his other friends. So couple of other videos I want to highlight real quick that I'm glad that I made, such as the gaming pickup videos. That was something new that I did this year. The topical gaming news videos like Spider-Man 2 DLC, PS5 Pro, and the Sonic X Shadow Generations limited run games sort of thing. And then the Sly 2 retrospective video was a big thing, not just because that's like my favorite game of all time, but because I was a game review that I went back and played an older game. You know, I went out of my way, I went out of my way, cleared my schedule, and was like, all right, I'm gonna play Sly 2 for this video, for this 20th anniversary, which, you know, sort of coincidentally landed on a Saturday. So I was able to upload it on Saturday, which is also my normal video schedule, and also the 20th anniversary for Sly 2 Band of Thieves, which is my favorite game of all time. So I obviously had to honor it, and I'm glad that that video was made, and I feel like, and I hope that I did justice for that game, because that game is awesome. It's amazing, and it is now on the PS4 and PS5. Not an ad, but it's on the PS4 and PS5 for like $10 to $15. If you have that kind of money and you want to play one of the best platformers from the PS2 era, play it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I could ramble on about like my videos and everything like that, but let's move on to other things that I did this year, such as the monthly text posts. I think that was a amazing way for me to keep in touch with you guys and sort of give you guys an idea of what I'm going through and what's going on with the channel on a monthly basis. That isn't in like a video form, because I feel like doing monthly videos, monthly update videos is like a waste of time, in my opinion, especially in the landscape of YouTube within 2024 going into 2025. So doing like text posts, I think that's pretty cool. So I started doing those, I think around like a few months into 2024, because I was like, sure, why not, you know, like keep my sort of like writing skills in flow and just like, you know, continue to like write to you guys. So kept doing that. I think that has allowed me to not just reflect on like what I'm doing and make sure that I'm productive, but also communicate to you guys. Shorts, you know, TikToks, all that other stuff. You know, I'm still trying to figure out like what the algorithm is and sort of what I can do with that sort of form of content. And I feel like I'm still getting there. You know, a lot of my content is still like podcast highlights, because that's like pretty easy for me to do. I just pump it into Opus Clips, which just, you know, sort of select certain portions of the podcast that might be good for the algorithm, and then I just edit it like that, and then boom. And then I am still doing originals, original shorts. That's something I still need to do a lot more often. That's one of my goals within 2025, is to actually go out of my way and do shorts. Even if I'm not going to make a video, I should probably do more shorts, so definitely gonna have to do that. And within 2024 alone, I think I uploaded over 300, which is crazy. I made 300 shorts, whether it's originals and mostly podcast highlights. I feel like it's like 90% podcast highlights, 10% originals, but still, over 300 uploads is crazy. All right, so 2025, let's get into like the actual update portion of this video. What am I planning to do within 2025? First up, live streaming. Yes, I'm not joking. I'm gonna try to actually come back and do live streaming. And yeah, so I'm gonna make it a goal of mine to do it at least once a week, if not a couple times a week, to go out of my way and live stream on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously, co-stream it, or not co-stream it, multi-stream it, because I miss streaming. I think last time I streamed was in 2020, something like that, maybe even longer, I forget. But it has been a very, very long time since I streamed. So I was like, okay, I should probably get back into it. And the main reason why I haven't streamed is because every time I want to stream, it's always on like a new game. And when I stream a new game, I want to make sure I'm focusing on the game, because I'm also going to make a video on it and like do a review. So trying to do that, also entertain chat and like make sure that like my stream's okay, and all of this other stuff that comes into live streaming. It's like, it's a lot. So I definitely want to push myself and try to do both, because also another thing is that like when I take the footage from the stream, I don't like it when like my cam and like the overlay and all of the other like stream elements are in there. So I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up and just like have that be in the video if that's how it's gonna be. Or I think within the new Elgato program, I can record the raw gameplay and then also have the stream with like my cam and everything like that, and have those two separate video files so I could upload the VOD, then also use that raw gameplay for like my videos and TikToks and all that other stuff. So yeah, I don't know if it's actually gonna blow up my PC if I do that simultaneously, but we'll find out, we'll see. I guess I will announce the first two games that I'm going to be streaming. Marvel Spider-Man 2, New Game Plus. I don't really need to re-record that game because I have it all 60 frames per second on like the normal gameplay run through. So doing New Game Plus, I don't really need that footage, honestly. And then when it comes to the other game that I'm also going to stream during that week, is also going to be Bakaru. It's a Nintendo Switch 3D platformer that's sort of low-key dropped. I think they are releasing a physical copy next year, which is kind of interesting, because that was like a very controversial thing where people were like, it's not getting a like physical release, but it looks like that it is. So anyways, those two games I am going to try to stream and beat those games within, I believe it is January 13th through 17th, something like that, during that week. So I will announce a official thing hopefully soon. But yeah, that is definitely my goal, is to stream at least once a week, if not a few times a week, throughout 2025. So yeah, live streaming is actually happening, and that also gives me a chance to do other forms of TikTok/shorts, because that's another thing that I realized. I'm like, my TikToks and short content is like kind of stale. It's kind of like the same thing over and over again, where it's just like podcast clips or like the occasional original game review or like gaming news topic, whatever it is. So yeah, definitely gonna have to figure that out. The podcast, pretty much going to stay the same. The podcast has always been an excuse for me and Damien to talk about video games every other week. So that's not really going to change. I don't really know what else we could do with the podcast. Maybe we could do more guest episodes or whatever. I'm very bad at like reaching out to people and sort of scheduling with them and all of this other stuff. So definitely going to have to sort of figure that out for the show. But, one thing that I will say is that, we do have a strong audience on YouTube, but our audience on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts is very weak. But it is what it is. It's just how sort of like, I guess people like to watch the show, is to, see our face or whatever, us talking, which is very understandable. That's how I watch my podcast. I don't really go to like the audio platforms myself personally, unless I like have to, kind of thing. But yeah, we're just going to keep doing the podcast how we are doing. We're definitely going to sort of try to branch out and do more things, like sort of watch more shows, watch more anime. Like anime is something that we have been severely lacking. So we're definitely going to try to up our anime stuff is what is what I will say for the podcast anyways. Now, main channel. What am I going to do for the main channel? So one thing that I alluded to was going to be, maybe I alluded to this, maybe I didn't. I can't remember if I said it within this take of this update video or not, but retrospectives of like looking back on like older games and all of this other stuff, because obviously the reason why I am playing Spider-Man 2 is because I am going to do a retrospective on that. And then Life is Strange, that is another retrospective. The 10-year anniversary is coming up, so I have been playing that, have been enjoying it a lot. There's a lot of things that I forget about that game and whatever. So yeah, definitely going to be doing more retrospectives, but also just keep up with the game review schedule. Just keep up with that stuff. At least get like one game review out or like one retrospective out every single month. Obviously get multiple out if I can. I might kill myself doing that, but hopefully I don't. And maybe, possibly, get back to a new video every single Saturday. Every single week, at least one new TV Sonic Gaming video. Not like one TV Sonic Gaming video and then the podcast and then maybe another TV Sonic Gaming video on the same day the podcast drops or whatever. So, I'm going to slowly try to get back into it. But, I definitely have to push myself and, really figure out like what I'm going to do with my future and everything like that. Cause, I'm 26, guys. I'm 26. So I gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing with my life eventually. So, but yeah, hopefully this update video will suffice for everyone to sort of figure out what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to do shorts, the monthly updates, everything like that. Everything's going to run as it is right now, but just more content, more better content, hopefully. And yeah, so that's it for this update video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching this because I know that this isn't something that I normally do, but hey, it's a once a year thing. So I appreciate you sticking around. If you guys like my content, and you haven't already, subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. You can find me on social media at tvsonicgaming. I'm on pretty much everything: Blue Sky, Threads, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything. And you can check out our podcast called the Travis and Damon Podcast. We talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos.